Hey guys, my name is KJAOS, and it's crazy to think that in a couple of months we'll have another Google flagship phone with the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro, and that promises to give us better specs and performance than the older Pixel 6. Now, the Pixel 6 was released 7 months ago, and I can say this is the better Pixel when comparing it to the Pixel 6 Pro, especially when it comes to that $599 price tag. Now, it's been 7 months with the Pixel 6 and a lot of software changes have happened in that time. But is it worth buying in 2022, or do you want to wait, or should you wait for the Pixel 7 Pro? Now, to answer that question, let's start with the design. The Pixel 6 is a compact phone by all standards in 2022 with a decent height of 6.4 inches, which is kind of crazy because a few years ago that was seen as a very huge phone, but evolution, I guess. Google also went with a glossy back. Now, it will have fingerprint marks here and there, but this green color kind of masks it just a little bit better than the color black. Now, one of the few design choices I prefer with the Pixel 6 is that it's not so thin, allowing for better grip and comfort due to its aluminum frame and weight that is up to 207 grams. The Pixel 6 also has one or the more unique camera bumps in the smartphone industry, and based on data and user feedback, people seem to, kind of like this because this is the same design as the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro with just a few different iterations. Honestly, it looks dope and I can't wait till I get this in the studio. Now, on the right side of the phone, you have the volume buttons, which are super clicky. Now, due to the size of the 6.4-inch phone, it's a lot easier to reach all buttons with ease. Now, at the bottom, you have the usual USB-C ports and stereo speakers that are pretty loud and clear when you're listening to music. You will get the best out of these speakers though when you're listening to a lot of radio and podcasts. The display of the Pixel 6 is decent. It is an AMOLED display with a 90Hz refresh rate, and this drops down to 60Hz when you're not scrolling. A downside of the display is the 1080p resolution, and the pixel per inch density is not the best in its class. But when compared with other higher end phones, there is a vast difference. Now, I am coming from a 1440p display, and the difference was very clear, and I was kind of surprised by the quality difference, but to be honest, my eyes adjusted to it very quickly. It took about an hour when setting on my phone to not notice anymore. Now, at the bottom, you have the optical fingerprint scanner. Over the months, it has improved, making it easier to, enter your phone without any issues. But what will be better though is face unlock. And I'm pretty sure we'll see that with the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. For the retail price, the display is pretty decent and not entirely bad. Media consumption is also very satisfying thanks to the 6.4-inch display. But another downside is how not bright the phone can get. If you're indoors, you have absolutely nothing to worry about, but when you're outside, I did struggle a lot with my display. It has a max brightness of 800 nits, so you will definitely struggle if you go outside, and with the peak of summer that is incoming, your brightness might be at the max every single day, and that will affect your battery life. Now, I just want to say that the Pixel 6 battery is the best battery on any Android phone that I have used. You might think I'm messing about, but I am not. It has a 4,614 mAh of battery and has consistently given me 79 hours of screen on time since this month started. I start my day pretty early and end my day at 11 p.m. with 30% of battery left. And the standby time too has improved. One time I charged my phone to 100% by 1 p.m. and by 2 p.m. it was still on 100%, and I was even texting, using Twitter and watching videos on TikTok. I'm not exactly sure what Google did with these security updates, but it seems to have optimized a lot better for the Pixel 6. And speaking of optimized, the software and performance experience has greatly improved over the last couple of months. The Pixel 6 has had a very buggy timeline since its release. Starting this year, it was unusable. From the system crashing, dot lines appear on the screen when trying to take pictures, to the Wi-Fi automatically shutting off. It honestly felt like every monthly update, the experience got worse. But alas, during the April and May updates, they seem to have fixed the majority of the issues that have made the phone unbearable to use. I mean, it's not exactly hiccup-free. Some apps crash every now and then, but majority of the time, the performance is pretty good. Now, my home screen is designed in a way that helps my workflow. I have 7 apps I use on a daily basis with 3 widgets. One for the clock, a weather app, and of course, my YouTube music widget. So technically, I guess I have 8 essential apps on my home screen. I can easily customize the colors and wallpapers to what suits me and add a ton of widgets to my home screen if that helps my everyday life or my everyday experience. Honestly, Google knocked it out of the park with Material You. Even though it's not the most perfect software, the Pixel experience is still my favorite skin, with Material You being visually pleasing, and it's something I appreciate as a potential product designer. Now, this won't be a Pixel review if we don't talk about the cameras. I think I said this in my Pixel 6 Pro review, that the Pixel 6 series still has the best cameras in the industry at the moment. It is honestly the easiest camera to navigate. It has two cameras at the back, which is a 50 megapixel main wide angle lens and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens with no telephoto lens. On the front, it is a single 8 megapixel camera that shoots video at 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. Now, with or without great lighting conditions, the camera produces great images that are balanced in terms of color, accuracy, and of course, vibrance. Now, I did notice the pictures that were taken gave more of a cooler temperature, but that can be adjusted if you prefer a warmer tone. The ultra-wide lens produces fun and vibrant images, but this is slightly softer than the main shooter. Now, if you've taken a lot of pictures like I did, and by any chance you have like objects and people around you that are interrupting your picture, for example, you can easily use the magic eraser to take them out. It isn't clean all the time, and it also depends on the lighting situation, but it's quite effective. Video-wise is where the Pixel 6 lacks a bit of quality. It shoots at 4K 30 and 60 frames per second, and it's definitely an improvement from the Pixel 5. You can use this to make content or even shoot videos on YouTube, but it has a lot of catching up to do to Samsung and Apple. Now, for that great price of $599 in the US and $799 in Canada, the Pixel 6 does a lot of things right. The 6.4 inches makes it easy and comfortable to hold, that you can reach all four corners without any issues. The battery life is one of the best on any Android phone right now, and I can comfortably put it beside the iPhone 13 Pro. And finally, Material You on Android 12 is aesthetically pleasing and makes me want to stare at my home screen a lot of the time. If you want to buy this phone right now, I easily recommend it, especially if you need a budget-friendly flagship Android phone with a great camera. But what do you guys think? Is the Pixel 6 worth the money, or should you wait for the Pixel 7 Pro? Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, please do not forget to like this video if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe as I release videos like this every week. My name is KJOS, and I will catch you guys in the next one where I talk all things tech.